Recent breakthroughs that proves the future this year. Hello guys, welcome back to Fortune Focus today. We will look at the biggest breakthrough that shows the future is here. I hope you love it. 6. Messenger RNA vaccines. We got very lucky. The two most effective vaccines against the coronavirus are based on messenger RNA, a technology that has been in the works for 20 years. When the COVID-19 pandemic began last January, scientists at several biotech companies were quick to turn to mRNA as a way to create potential vaccines. In late December 2020, at a time when more than 1.5 million had died from COVID-19 worldwide, the vaccines were approved in the US, marking the beginning of the end of the pandemic. The new COVID vaccines are based on a technology never before used in therapeutics, and it could transform medicine, leading to vaccines against various infectious diseases, including malaria. And if this coronavirus keeps mutating, mRNA vaccines can be easily and quickly modified. Messenger RNA also holds great promise as the basis for cheap gene fixes to sickle cell disease and HIV. Also in the works, using mRNA to help the body fight off cancers. Antonio Regalado explains the history and medical potential of the exciting new science of messenger RNA. 5. TikTok recommendation algorithms. Since its launch in China in 2016, TikTok has become one of the world's fastest-growing social networks. It's been downloaded billions of times and attracted hundreds of millions of users. Why? Because the algorithms that power TikTok's For You feed have changed the way people become famous online. While other platforms are geared more toward highlighting content with mass appeal, TikTok's algorithms seem just as likely to pluck a new creator out of obscurity as they are to feature a known star. And they're particularly adept at feeding relevant content to niche communities of users who share a particular interest or identity. The ability of new creators to get a lot of views very quickly, and the ease with which users can discover so many kinds of content, have contributed to the app's stunning growth. Other social media companies are now scrambling to reproduce these features on their own apps. Abby Olheiser profiles a TikTok creator who was surprised by her own success on the platform. 4. Data trusts. Technology companies have proven to be poor stewards of our personal data. Our information has been leaked, hacked, and sold and resold more times than most of us can count. Maybe the problem isn't with us, but with the model of privacy to which we've long adhered. One in which we, as individuals, are primarily responsible for managing and protecting our own privacy. Data trusts offer one alternative approach that some governments are starting to explore. A data trust is a legal entity that collects and manages people's personal data on their behalf. Though the structure and function of these trusts are still being defined, and many questions remain, data trusts are notable for offering a potential solution to long-standing problems in privacy and security. Anok Ruhak describes the powerful potential of this model and a few early examples that show its promise. 3. Hyper-accurate positioning. We all use GPS every day. It has transformed our lives and many of our businesses. But while today's GPS is accurate to within 5 to 10 meters, new hyper-accurate positioning technologies have accuracies within a few centimeters or millimeters. That's opening up new possibilities, from landslide warnings to delivery robots and self-driving cars that can safely navigate streets. China's Beidou Big Dipper global navigation system was completed in June 2020 and is part of what's making all this possible. It provides positioning accuracy of 1.5 to 2 meters to anyone in the world. Using ground-based augmentation, it can get down to millimeter-level accuracy. Meanwhile, GPS, which has been around since the early 1990s, is getting an upgrade. 4 new satellites for GPS Roman 3 launched in November and more are expected in orbit by 2023. LinkedIn reports on how the greatly increased accuracy of these systems is already proving useful. 2. Detecting Parkinson's through voice. Parkinson's disease comes from a class of serious disorders we don't entirely understand, another one being Alzheimer's. It's not caused by any external body and is a degenerative disorder of the central nervous system. though that's pretty much all we know about it. We still don't know exactly what causes it, or if it's even a normal disease, like we understand diseases, or something wholly different, like prions. Moreover, detecting it has always been as difficult as understanding it, as symptoms show up slowly and over a long period of time. There's quite a bit of debate on what those symptoms are, too, as patients don't have any clear biological markers. While we're far from figuring out and eradicating Parkinson's, we can now detect it much earlier, thanks to some recent research. In a clinical first, researchers from 3 universities developed a method to detect Parkinson's with just voice samples. It's not really available for medical use yet, but their system was able to detect Parkinson's with an accuracy of 87%. As it's based on machine learning, it would only get better at it too. 1. Converting brain signals into audio and images. If you told a person in the 19th century that in about 200 years, we would have the ability to read other people's thoughts, he'd probably laugh at you. That's still the case, as it's still something so futuristic and unrealistic that even science fiction hasn't used it too often. Scientifically speaking, there should be no way to look into what someone else is thinking, for the simple reason that thoughts are nothing but electrical waves the brain can decipher. Also, privacy. If recent research on the subject is anything to go by, we already have the ability to read people's thoughts to a great extent. A team of neuroengineers from Columbia University recently built a system to convert brain signals into audible speech, and it's surprisingly accurate. Other studies have proven that brain signals could be turned into images, too, which is honestly something we didn't even know could be done. That is all for today. I hope this will help you. Tell me in the comment section what you think about the video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our video. With that, I will see you in the following video.